Welcome back, baseball fans. This video is eliminating the Chicago Cubs, who went way out of their way to torment and humiliate their fans with a colossal flop in Game 5 against the Colorado Rockies. They had 20-game winner Bill Hands against Bud Black. Rockies had an early 2-1 lead, 2-2 in the fifth, and then in the seventh inning, anytime you see these color schemes, it means that the game has gone extra innings. And then once you get to the last inning, you then turn around and fill up any available spots. So this one extra innings. But anyway, might as well describe the torture to what the Cubs did to deserve this pathetic fate. In the seventh inning, Billy Williams, Hall of Famer for what it's worth, hits a two-run homer, and that gives the Cubs a two-run lead, and then Bud Black is broken. But the Rockies don't care. They don't pull pitchers. They don't really think about going to the bullpen. It doesn't really come to mind, and they don't bring in defense. They don't go from first to third on singles. They don't tag up. They don't make defensive changes. They leave Black in there. He gives up another single, and then another two-run homer to Jody Davis. The last time we saw Jody Davis, he was hitting multiple homers in Game 4. It doesn't really matter, though, because the Cubs have a 6-3 lead, 6-2 lead at this point. Hands in the eighth inning gives up a solo homer to Dwayne Walker, and then in the ninth inning, they decide, let's bring our closer in, Dave Smith. So after a single, an error, and a three-run homer by Don Money to tie the game, he gives up another hit, gets the batters out, goes extra innings. In the 10th inning, Ron Reed in his third inning of relief, he gives up a single, an error, a walk. He's broken, but they don't give a crap that he's broken. And, of course, Beckert gets a single because he's broken. And the Cubs get 2 runs in the top of the 10th. And, again, the Colorado Rockies, they don't care. They're just going to win the game. So now it's 10-8, and Dave Smith gets a chance to blow the game twice. In the 11th inning, Steve Balboni hits a home run. Sid O'Brien hits a home run. The Rockies get 3 more singles and don't win the game in that inning, just to torture the Cubs some more. Eventually, after Dave Smith pitches 3 innings and gives up 8 hits, they turn it over to Hank Aguirre, and the Cubs lose it in the 12th inning. Final score, Rockies 9, Cubs 8. Colorado Rockies dispatch Hall of Famer Billy Williams, Hall of Famer Ernie Banks, Hall of Famer Fergie Jenkins. Is that it? As far as we know, that's it. Okay, so the Rockies advance. This video, though, is about eliminating the Chicago Cubs, and here are their stats. 22-19. Their batting average is outstanding, 286. Their pitching ERA is outstanding, 360. What's not outstanding is they don't know how to win baseball games. And they're 22-19 and could not finish off the Colorado Rockies. Let's see, Fergie Jenkins is 8-2, but he lost one of his 2 games against Colorado. Dave Smith has 5 saves, but he also blew a save against Colorado. Bill Hands was 5-6, even though he won 20 games for the Cubs. Billy Williams really came on strong at the end of the year, finishing .318 with 12 homers and 35 RBIs. His tag team partner, Jim Hickman, was almost as good, .294, 11 and 31. And Beckert, of course, he didn't quite live up to the .342 average, but his average was .328. So statistically, the Cubs deserved more for their fans, and they did not deliver. So it's all stats. Stats are good, but it doesn't equate to wins. And now it's time to say bye-bye to some Cubs. And here's their stack. Hank Aguirre comes back. Oh, there's Dave Smith. Goodbye, you blew the Cubs series. Bill Hands is coming back again. He was a 20-game winner with a .249 ERA. He could not finish off the Rockies. Fergie Jenkins, 21-game winner. He gave up 4 home runs to the Rockies. Tudor got lit up the entire time. He was 3-5 with a .476 ERA. He's gone, by the way. Scott Sanderson, goodbye. Greg Harris was one of the better relievers, but he was overworked. Greg Gross is gone. Hickman, Sano, Jody Davis. He's a good. This is a good card, but they already have Randy Hundley, so they won't miss him. Dernier, that's a really nice card. Lead off Double A center fielder, who's a 1. They're gonna miss him. Kessinger, and then you have Hundley, Jested, Gary Matthews. A lot of on bases here. Great on base percentage. You'll miss him. And then Beckert Williams. So this should be the 8 guys. And the question is, do any of these guys return or available to return in 72? Gary Matthews, perhaps. I believe he started his career with the Giants. We'll look into that one. Dernier, no. Jody Davis, no. Greg Gross, he should be around, I believe. I think he started with the Astros. Greg Harris, no. Sanderson, no. Tudor, no. And Dave Smith, and there. So Matthews and Gross. We'll have to look into Matthews and Gross and see if it's worth bringing these guys back. So here are your Chicago Cubs moving forward, right here. And they're going to bring back mostly hitters, which is probably a good thing. So we know we have the -3 on Randy Hundley catching. And we do have Ernie Banks. This is last good year. This is 69 Banks. He had 23 home runs, and he's a 2 at first. He might want to give him the full-time first base job, but normally it's usually a left-handed batter who plays first. You have Beckert at second. You have Sano at third. You have Kessinger at short. You have Billy Williams in left, Hickman in the other outfield spot, and just as utility guy. So you need a center fielder. Yeah, that's it. All you really need is a center fielder, and your offense is good to go again. Be nice to have some left-handed hitters, though, right? In case you faced a dominant right-hander, you have 2 lefties on your whole team. So I would say where Dernier was right-handed, I would replace him with a left-handed hitting center fielder if one's available. All right, here's your 4 pitchers. You always want to have a dynamic duo at the top end, and they have it, Jenkins and Hands. You wish one was left-handed, but that's all right. Hank Aguirre and Gura. Gura's a relief starter 5. I'd still leave him in the bullpen. So it's, the fact that 2 of your 4 guys are left-handed is good because it's hard to find left-handed pitching. So the fact that you got 2 of them there, it's not going to be that hard. Right-handed relievers and a lefty starter. Actually, this should not be too difficult for the Cubs. They should be able to find what they're looking for. Let's see what they can get. Okay, here we are with the Cubs. We're going to start in 72, work our way back. Actually, this is a pretty good era for the Cubs. No losing seasons. We have a bunch of second and third place finishes here. And not having any last place or losing seasons is going to be good. Let's take a look here. Starting in 72, we have Williams, Fergie Jenkins, Santo, Bert Hooton. Now, this is interesting. He's currently the property of the Dodgers. So there's going to be a little war to see who gets Bert Hooton. The Cubs have a spot in the rotation, but they have 2 righties already. They need a lefty in the rotation. So they may not fight that hard to get Bert Hooton and let the Dodgers have him. That remains to be seen. Milt Pappas. That could be the substitution for Hooton if you want a righty in the rotation. You already have Kessinger, a very young Rick Russell. There's Hands, Hickman. Jose Cardinal is currently property at Cleveland. There's Monday, who's actually on the Colorado team that are limited to the Cubs. Now remember, we needed a center fielder, and we needed a left-handed starter in a bullpen. Monday is their center fielder. He's not available. He's off limits right now. And then the pitching prospects, Pappas is really good. He's better than Russell. And frankly, Pappas is better than Bert Hooton. According to Whip, $1.10, and Hooton's $1.29. I'd take Milt Pappas. Again, he's 33 years old. But, I mean, you have him for 4 years with a good Whip. It's probably Milt Pappas' last good year. We said we needed, we have the lefties in the bullpen, but we need a righty closer. Jack Akers already in the league, so you can't have him. Let's go back to 71. And in 71, there's Fergie. Pappas again. I think this one's not going to be, well, $1.30 whip. So 72 is better. There's Billy Williams. There's Beckert. Hands. Sano. Pizarro's in the league elsewhere. Pepitone's in the league elsewhere. Ken Olsen's in the league elsewhere. Frank Fernandez as well. All these guys, man, the Cubs got raided. All these good Cub players are someplace else in the league. Brock Davis is a center fielder. Not that particularly good. Cleo James. Cleo James is a 287 hitting center fielder with a nice on base. He could be played, but he's right-handed, so that puts him in the same boat as Dernier. We wanted a left-handed bat if we can get it. Brock Davis is that left-handed bat. And the pitching, and again, Pappas is again a little wild here. In the bullpen, I'm still not seeing a dominant right-handed reliever. So we will go all the way back to 69, or 70, excuse me. We'll go back to 70 and then 69. Fergie, Billy Williams, Holtzman, Hands, Hickman, Pappas, Sano, Kessinger, Pepitone, Callison's elsewhere. This Cleo James is not very good. J.C. Martin, nope. Let's see here. This Pappas is a $1.18 whip. He could go in the rotation. If you look here, these are the two Cub lefty relievers that I just showed you earlier, Larry Gurr and Hank Aguirre. A young Jim Colburn, not very good. And lastly, let's go back to 69, which is their best season. They won 92 games in 69. But they were in the same division as the Mets, and that's not going to get you anywhere. So it's Hands, Jenkins. We have both these cards. Sano, Holtzman, Kessinger. Hundley, the great throwing catcher. Billy Williams. Dick Selma. Unfortunately, the Phillies have him. Beckert. Phil Reagan. Maybe Phil Reagan's good. Let's see. Don Young's a center fielder at 239. Willie Smith. Popovich at 312. I think he played on two teams, and they combined his card. As far as pitching goes, again, I'm not seeing it. Reagan's got 17 saves and a $1.38 whip. It was kind of unsatisfying. This didn't really see the immediate replacements to plug the holes the Cubs have, though. Remember, let's take a look at Gary Matthews now, because he's our property, but in 1972, they most likely didn't make his card. He only had 71 plate appearances, and he is a Rookie of the Year in 1973. So unfortunately, it means that he may have to sit out a year and then be reborn in San Francisco with that Rookie of the Year. Greg Gross. Again, he's a rookie in 73 and doesn't have enough plate appearances. So both of those guys, their careers will be over after a year, and then they'll come back as rookies in the following season, in the 2022 season. I'm still doing this in 2022. Anyway, so there you have it for the Cubs. Great stats for their season, but they just did not win enough games to justify the stats, and they are done. Thank you for checking these videos out. We'll see you next time.